Playoff basketball being hosted at Broken Arrow High School. That is just outside the field house here. Tip-off just moments away, live here on ArrowVision. I'm Dylan Rivera, and we've got Coach Tiff Jones here with me. Exciting time anytime basketball season reaches that playoff stage. And we've got regional action here at BA. That's always good, right, when you're hosting.
It's good to play at home.
And you're hosting PC West tonight. It's an opponent that you're kind of on two different sides of the table, right?
Absolutely, and for us, it's like the new season, and everything comes to starting tonight, so we are excited to get off on the right foot tonight. Tonight is one and done for a lot of teams across the state of Oklahoma. Half will be done tonight, so we're going to take care of business in our own gym tonight.
I know Coach Coffey's probably thinking, pretend like you're 0-0 and the opponent is 0-0. It's a fresh slate. Start with a fresh start and see if you guys can get off and get a big win in game one. We'll talk to Coach Coffey. Well, we actually already did. We talked to Coach Coffey earlier today and had a special guest join me. Well, Tigers, it's finally playoff basketball, and I got a little bit of a different situation going on today. Peyton Dolan joining me. She's got an interest in sports media, so I'm going to let her do the quick thoughts with Coach Coffey today. Peyton, take it over.
Thank you. Hey, Coach. So I heard we had movie night on Tuesday. How do you think that helped the team this time before playoffs?
You know, I've always believed that team bonding situations are critical, you know, for a team to have success. And, you know, you've been part of a lot of these over the last 3 years, and the fact that we come to my house, we have cookouts, we do team bonding events throughout it all, but the movie I thought was a special one for us with Remember the Titans. So I think it's going to be a good one for us to make our run for a gold ball.
Yes, that's awesome. So now going into this game before PC West, how do you not overlook this team?
I mean, you can't. You know, you go into the playoffs, it's one game at a time. And we've talked to you a lot about the importance of, we've got 6 games left to go win gold. And you have to win the first to get to the second. You got to win the second to get to the third. And all those, throughout that entire process, it's going to carry you to great things. So you cannot overlook an opponent regardless of who you play. That's awesome. Thank you, Coach. Next up, we have tip-off coming off on ArrowVision.
I'm stylish, glow, talk big t-shirt, Billy. Watch on my wrist, but I want that diamond. Talk crazy when I pull up in sight. Mile high, run that back, I'm stylish, glow, talk big t-shirt, Billy. Watch on my wrist, but I want that diamond. Talk crazy when I pull up in sight. Mile high, the first class, I'm like free. I got a but a thing got me. I know she trip when I dip, so I they pillow talking about me like I'm free. Machine, know this shit, there is in my. I'm stylish, glow, talk big t-shirt, Billy. Watch on my wrist, but I want that diamond. Talk crazy when I pull up in sight. Mile high, the first class, I'm the pilot.
So we are live at the field house. The light's just about to go down here in a moment as the starting lineup is about to be read off. And it is the normal starting 5. I guess the lights are going to stay on, actually.
Yes, in the playoffs.
Normal starting 5. Normal starting 5 for the Lady Tigers. It's Macy Marasini, the senior guard, number 0. And joining her in the backcourt, number 22, Peyton Dolan, also a senior. Senior number 25, Mackenzie Mathurin. And then inside is Taryn Jacobs, number 33, a senior post player. And Rakaya Bowen, number 23, a senior. Gets the start as well. She kind of is a guard-forward combo. For PC West, it's number 3, Amanda Fuentes. Number 2, Haley Areola. Number 5, Carolina Fuentes. Number 10, Kamaya Bullard. And number 15 is Jonah Law. Broken Arrow won their district, went 14-0 in district play, 22-2 overall. Was a very successful regular season, but we talked about it in the intro.
Yeah.
It's a fresh slate now.
It is, and somewhere tonight across the state of Oklahoma, somebody's going to upset somebody, right, and go home, and their season ends tonight. So this is it's a new season. Everybody, like you said earlier, is 0-0, and the goal when you walk out of the gym tonight is to be 1-0 and getting ready to play on Saturday afternoon.
Completely refocus yourself for playoff action, and the girls have to come out mentally prepared no matter who the opponent is. And tonight they've got PC West in front of them. The girls basketball team over there, complete turnaround, complete 180 from what they were last year. They were 1-20 this season, and they did not win in district play. And they will try to put up some points today against Broken Arrow and at least give the Tigers a ball game.
And right off the bat, you want to see how well do we execute, how clean do we play tonight.
Peyton Dolan for three from the corner. And we get things started off on the right foot.
It's nice to be able to get a good look from Macy there, and first possession on the press, get a turnover.
Mathurin on the baseline, couple of dribbles, and a tough finish through contact.
Picking up in a full court 1-2-1-1, and once again, we're going to work on some things that we're going to want long term.
Coach Coffey likes to talk about playing your own game, focusing on yourself. That's definitely the situation tonight. Just being worried about what you do and how you play, and not worrying so much about the opponent and what they're out there doing. Marasini will try a three-pointer, fouled on the perimeter.
It's good to see Taryn get an offensive rebound, and it's been a flurry, literally, of possessions in the first 56 seconds of the game tonight. We've had the ball a lot, and PC West hasn't gotten the ball across half-court line yet.
So Macy Marasini is at the free throw line. It's the first one to drop. Marasini, I've talked about it before, is not far from shooting a 50-40-90, and that's something that top players in the NBA, WNBA, they all strive to do. And Marasini right now shooting 50% from the field, 43% from three, and 84% from the free throw line. So just got to get those free throws to drop to get those numbers up. And if she can do that, that's an incredible feat.
Absolutely, and you think about the later you go into the playoffs, you know, into next week and then the next week, those are the kind of numbers you want to have from a point guard. When people have to foul late in the game, you've got a point guard that can handle the ball and then knock down free throws, and Macy's been consistent at that really all year.
Ball stolen by the Tigers again. Mathurin the outlet pass, Marasini under the basket, and a left-hand layup good for two.
It's like already not getting out, running transition. I think the goal would be, once again, how can we push transition and score and maybe just work on some things that we want to work on. And it's, once again, it's about us, not our opponent tonight. How well are we going to play?
Of course, anytime you host a regional, there are not one but two games on the docket. And after this one, it'll be Bartlesville and Westmore here on the Tigers Fieldhouse court, and we will stream that one as well here on Aerovision and on KREFsports.tv. So if you are a fan of either of those teams, you can stay tuned in with us for that game.
We've already gotten out of our full court press, as it's 14-0 right now, but drop back into a half court.
Elbow jumper, no good. Nearly got an offensive board. And the Lady Patriots unable to score on that possession. Substitution made by PC West, and Alasia Gutierrez is in, taking the place of Jonah Law.
Taryn Jacobs down there directing a little bit of traffic.
Backdoor cut from Marasini. Great feed from Mathurin. Had our eyes locked in on Marasini, waiting on that cut. Fed it perfectly into the point guard.
Like, that's a great look, and when the defense is not paying attention, loses sight of your man in the midst of all that, it's a great look and read by Macy.
Ball stays with PC West. 16-0. This is Gutierrez. Now Gutierrez will try a three-pointer, and she's got it to go.
It's like Coach Coffey's going to want to tell the defense, get out, right? Get out and pressure a little bit. Make them shoot over your hands.
Mathurin will try a three-pointer. Off to the right. Offensive board, Rakaya Bowen fading away. No good. Jacobs fighting for a board. PC West comes away with it.
That's off of her knee. That was got a touch by Peyton right there, blocked, and went right off of her PC West knee.
Good job defensively by Peyton Dolan. Getting a hand in there. Tigers work it down low, and Bowen pounds it on the floor and then finishes off the glass.
Like anytime you're going against the zone and you get the ball to the short corner, the high post diving down from the elbow, that's going to expose the zone every time. And so that's a look that's going to really, I mean, that's going to always be open against a 2-3 zone. And so it's good to see that tonight because that's a great offense, great look.
High arcing, long mid-range shot is no good. Mathurin on the run out, reverse layup. That was pretty.
That was nice.
Just had the perfect amount of English on that one to get it to spin its way in.
It's going to be another turnover for PC West.
Bowen scoops it up off the floor. Nice job by Mathurin to push it that way, and Bowen will drain the three-pointer.
Lady Tigers are just having their way already. Is it 23-3 early? I mean, really in the first quarter, but they've already taken control of the game tonight.
Ball poked loose. Mathurin. Tigers have numbers. Pulls it to the left and finishes on the breakaway. And Coach Coffey making a full unit substitution with a 22-point lead in the first.
Number 21, Jamie Atkinson. Number 30, Soraya.
So on the floor now for Broken Arrow, Kate Wigginton, number 5. Number 10, Janae McCrary. Number 21, Jaylee Atchison. Number 11, Scarlett Shell. And number 30, Soraya Matthew. Gutierrez had the ball poked loose, was driving inside. Now Atchison pushing the pace. Into the corner, Shell sets, fires, no good. Rebound Matthew. She gets caught under the basket. Wigginton in the post. Atchison will try another three-pointer. Off left. Another offensive board. McCrary can't get it. Another offensive board. It's Wigginton and a jump ball.
Goes to the Patriots.
It's like just trying to make that chip shot's kind of like trying to nail Jello to a wall right now. The ball's just going all over the place. It's crazy what's happening. I'm like, wow, we were all around the basket there. So
You sound like you say that from experience.
Maybe.
Tigers about to force another turnover. PC West trying to maintain it, get it back. Long two-pointer off the mark. McCrary the outlet. Scarlett Shell reels it in, and she's fouled.
It's again getting the ball out and running, even with the next group coming in, just getting in transition and running, and that's what we're going to do. I mean, and for us tonight, we're going to play hard. I mean, and I think that's key. Is that as a coach, no matter what the score is, you want every player to play hard the entire time they're in the game, and that's the expectation. I know Coach Coffey wants that tonight.
So 27-3 the score after a couple of made free throws. Coach, it's been a while since Broken Arrow and PC West have crossed paths. Have not played PC West while under Coach Shane Coffey's leadership. Actually have to go all the way back to a time you might remember. The 2015-2016 season was the last time that Broken Arrow and PC West squared off. Great finish inside from Wigginton. And they had one opportunity for the senior guard off the bench.
Yeah, they looked a little different back in 2015.
The final
season,
score
yes.
was 59-49, and here maybe we'll jog your memory, is 17 points from Asia Evans, 15 points from Alexis Golden.
That was once again, special group that came through. That group, the 2016, let's see, that was to the 2016 seniors. They accomplished more really than any other class in Broken Arrow Lady Tiger basketball history, because 4 state tournament appearances, 2 state championships, semifinals, a perfect season. So yeah, that was a very special group of young ladies to don the Lady Tiger uniform. So.
And I think this is a very special group in their own right.
Absolutely.
Obviously not undefeated, and that's a tough marker to get to, but even so, 22-2 on the regular season, 14-0 in district play. Right now, riding a 16-game home winning streak and looking to make that 17 here tonight. 8-0 at home this season. Last home loss was against Choctaw on December 12th of 2023. Tigers defend their home floor at a high level, but not only their home floor, I mean, they're on an 8-game win streak overall as well.
Right, and I mean, once again, we talk about momentum is such a crazy thing, but riding the momentum into the postseason right now, and they've been able to play at a high level, and we've had to win some ugly games, which is good, because even the team that went undefeated, we won some really ugly games that year too, with a tremendous amount of talent. So, being able to win when you don't play at your best. Another offensive rebound, I'm just going to say that, is important, because when you're playing against a high-level competition in area and state tournament, you've got to be able to win some ugly ones. And so I know that Coach Coffey, that's a learning opportunity for players.
This will certainly be a learning opportunity for some of the younger players on this team. Got some of them already out there. Scarlett Shell and Jaylee Atchison. Janae McCrary's just a sophomore. Soraya Matthew will be back next season. Only one senior on the floor right now. And so many more young players that we're expecting to probably see tonight. Shakira Vaughn, Audrey Dow, some of the others that could get out on the floor. And it's always good to see some of those younger players get out there, get on the floor, get some minutes. And for fans and for us as broadcasters, it's cool to see kind of a look into the future and see what it might look like next year.
Absolutely. And when you think about, they've been working all year long. I mean, the best player to, the number 15 on the team, whatever the number is for that team that year, they've all been in the gym. And just like that, Dylan, it is 31-5 at the end of the first quarter, but we'll come back and we'll talk, more about just kind of the younger players and what they've contributed to the program and what that means for us. I think we will I guess we're going to look and see what's happening on there right now, but let's talk about, just for the younger players, once again, they've been in the gym, they've been putting the work in.
Introducing
now they get to show off on their home court during the regional playoffs and have a chance to earn some varsity playing time on a game where, once again, if you lose, you're done. Your season's over.
Yeah, these are important minutes for them. Growing minutes, a chance for these younger Lady Tigers to kind of figure out some things about their own game probably as well. You get to measure yourself up against some competition that's you're not seeing in practice every day.
I was going to say, there's something about playing against someone that's not wearing the same uniform.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, in preseason, you practice in August, talking in September, and I'm just want to see somebody else. And so I'm curious what Coach Coffey had to say at the end of the first quarter when his team was up 31-5. Let's toss it down to Madison and see what Coach Coffey said.
He said, hey, listen, really, really, really good job so far here. He said, we've got some solid attacking. He said, we've been good in transition, but we need to be ready in the paint. Dylan?
3 reallys on that really good job. So he's very happy right now. 8 more minutes on the clock as we start the second quarter. Wigginton deflects the pass out of play. Same 5 that ended the first quarter out there to start the second. We saw those starters pulled pretty early, and I have a feeling we won't see a whole lot of them tonight. 3-point shot up, and no good. And that was Haley Areola that tried the 3-pointer. Nice crossover from McCrary. Tried to get it out to Wigginton in the corner, but the pass was deflected. And now Shell will try a 3, can't buy it. Rebound with PC West.
Looked like for us last defense that we changed from man defense because we came out and played really pressure man, really guarding people a lot closer than what you'd see at a junior high dance when kids are out there. We were all up on them. Now we've gone into a 2-3 zone and not as much pressure, we'll say that.
McCrary with the assist to Wigginton. Easy finish inside for her. Tigers building on their lead. Areola steps in.
Something we really, just like even tonight going into a 2-3 is just working on coverages. Where are we supposed to be when the ball moves? Those are just execution things on the defensive end.
Wigginton with the lefty layup. It's 35-5.
This is the depth that's going to take us. That's important. Really coming in next week. Somebody gets in foul trouble. These minutes really are so valuable for young players, but really for the overall team, because it happens. Somebody ends up getting beaten a game because their bench is not strong, and that's not going to be the case. We're going to have some players that are used to getting some minutes.
You never know when your number might be called. Wigginton tries the three, and it's short. Soraya Matthew the finish inside. I mean, there's so many more games still to go. I mean, you get down to regionals and you think, okay, we got to take it one game at a time. But realistically for these Tigers, if, we're all honest with each other, this Broken Arrow team should make the state tournament at a minimum.
Yes.
And so you've still got a good handful of games to go. And with that in mind, you want to make sure that every player is as prepared as possible for when their time may come.
Yeah, and you say that as a coach. You never know when I'm going to, when your name is called, when your number's called. And I think this is just kind of one of those experiences. Once again, we're looking out there now. Yeah, Kate's out there as a senior, but we've got a lot of youth out there, and we expect some of these players to get some minutes in close games. It's a nice move by McCrary right there, going to the basket. But we're going to need them to be able to execute at a high level with that first five, the top, 6 or 7 that get the majority of the minutes. They've got to be ready.
Janae McCrary with a beautiful move here. Gets the ball and takes it the other way, coast to coast. And she is a shifty player. I know that the Broken Arrow coaching staff is excited about her, able to keep that pivot foot. I know the coaching staff is excited, but at the same time, I think some of these players around her are really excited to see what she's capable of doing in the years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. For a sophomore, I mean, she has some – it's like you look up sometimes and she's very deceptive. It's like, I wasn't expecting to see that. And then all of a sudden she'll have a sweet move to the basket.
Yeah.
Like sweet like a German chocolate cake.
And, Coach Coffey and I have talked about her passing ability and how successful she is, finding teammates in open areas. And one thing that has been really impressive is her court vision and being able to see players in positions that a lot of other players don't see.
Yeah. That's what you want from a point guard, right? I mean, for her to be able to come in, when she comes in at the point guard, the 1, and you can move Macy over to the 2 and get her off the ball, maybe coming off screens, people penetrating, because we just talked about Macy shooting at such a high percentage from the three-point line. Having McCrary out there to be able to let her slide over, it changes the look, which is really cool when you can do that. When you've got good depth on your team, then you can look different, and it makes matchups harder.
Yeah. To put it into perspective, is Macy plays about 24 minutes a game and gets 3.8 assists a game. Janae, comes in about 10 minutes a game, averages over 2 assists. So you can imagine if she was getting about the same amount of playing time, she's probably going to be averaging about 4.5 assists, almost 5.
Yeah, and that is for a sophomore, once again, sophomore point guard to have those numbers and coming in and contributing like she is. I mean, that just shows you that that she's doing some things right.
Nearly got an assist there. Wigginton just misfires. A couple of offensive boards for the Lady Tigers. Atchison down low, still fighting for it. Turns over that left shoulder and puts it through.
Some good stick-to-itness.
That's a tough one to say. Stick-to-itiveness.
Yeah. Kind of like hanging in there like hair in a biscuit. Stick-to-itiveness.
Wigginton fouls from behind. I think she would like to do that one over.
She'd like to rewind that one, wouldn't she? Have a do-over. That was a little bit of a frustration just because the shots that she's missed down there. She's had some open looks.
First free throw is off the mark for Kamaya Bullard, and the starting unit comes back out for Broken Arrow.
We'll see what we're going to work on with this group back in the game.
Offensive board for the Lady Patriots. Bullard outside. Ariola trying to split defenders. Dolan strips it.
We're going to nitpick, but giving up an offensive rebound on a free throw, no coach likes that.
Coach will like that. Dolan for 3 again, And she's all smiles coming down the floor.
Yeah, that was a big grin, wasn't it?
It was really cool earlier today getting to talk to Coach Coffey, but letting Peyton Dolan get in on it. She told me pretty early on when I got here that she was interested in sports media and just had a random thought one morning that, hey, why don't I have Peyton interview Coach for this game? And she was all in on it and really happy to give her that opportunity, and she was really happy to take advantage of it.
So I think I ran into her yesterday, and she was pretty excited about it. So I love to be able to. Been such a cool thing to let her get involved, and hopefully, coming down the court, it's a great look for Macy, and Peyton says, "I'll take that."
Not just getting involved in the AirVision broadcast, getting
Yes.
involved on the score sheet, right?
Yes, absolutely. Fill it up. Think about how many opportunities kids get to have at Broken Arrow. Just like for Peyton, that's what she wants to do, and to be able to have a program like ArrowVision, where we've got so many of our students involved in learning that industry. For you, even as a high school student coming through in that experience, most places don't have that opportunity for students, and so we are very blessed. A little backcourt there. Macy got caught in the corner.
I don't think she was paying too much attention. I think she just got stopped and was like, all right, I'll turn around and back it out.
And for those of you who are watching at home, the rule is you must have all 3 points across the line, both feet and the basketball. And if you get all 3 points across, you cannot go back.
3-point attempt from Law, a little strong. And the rebound with Mathurin. Mathurin leads all scorers right now. She's got 10. Over to Dolan. Jacobs, high post. Turns and fires. It's no good. Rebound Bowen. Little scoop shot across the lane is going to go through for Rakaya Bowen. And she's up to 7.
Speaking of English on a shot, that had a lot of spin on it. Oh,
big
that
collision.
was a foul.
Bowen went in hard trying to steal that one. Ran straight into Kamaya Bullard.
That's one I'd come back on film and watch at this point and say, which hand should have been in the passing lane? Should have been the left hand, and then you wouldn't have had a foul. Oh, another steal by Macy.
Errant pass, Marasini with the finish.
We are, once again, just PC West is struggling to get anything going offensively. Another steal by Rakaya.
Bowen loses control of it, but Mathurin able to scoop it up. Tries a fading three-pointer, and she gets it to drop.
Defense creating offense.
That's something that the Tigers do very well, and they're going to hope they carry on throughout the rest of this postseason. Mathurin, the finish and the foul.
Kinsey will head to the free throw line right now, but that's a lot of contact. Here's the, once again, I think PC West kind of a little undercutter there after she'd gone up for the layup.
Kinsey now has 15, and the free throw no good. She'll stay at 15. Bowen, the offensive board, and picks up 2 more. (55-5). Bullard puts it on the floor. Jacobs swats it. Jacobs rejects another one. And she averages about 1.5 blocks a game. She's already up to 2 now. Dolan for 3. Guts! The bounce.
She keeps shooting like that. Coach Coffey's going to want her to do that every game, Dylan. She's going to replace you for the video. Interview Coach Coffey if she can knock those down.
3 threes on the night for Peyton Dolan. The Tigers pouring it on. 12 seconds left here in quarter number 2. Stolen by Mathurin. And she'll be able to step into a transition 3. Can't buy it. Rebound Bowen underneath the basket. Has to try a couple of times. Gets the bucket. And she's fouled as well.
Foul called on Patriots number
Kai's got a smile because she was padding her stats a little bit right there, I think, right? Got 2 offensive rebounds.
Got that in just before the buzzer. There's 2 seconds left. And gets the free throw to drop as well. Bowen with 12. And that's where we will end half number 1. The Tigers with a 56-point advantage going into the locker room. And it is regional action, so a win would be really good because you move on to the next round and you'll play the winner of either Bartlesville or Westmore, which is our game next.
Saying that's where you want to be, getting ready for Saturday.
Absolutely. Preparing for Saturday and then get through there. You've got area, you get through area, you've got state. So there's still a lot of basketball ahead of these Tigers, trying to stay focused not only tonight but throughout the rest of this run. That's something that's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, and I mean, this is once again, it's the new season now, and so everybody's 0-0, and so you want to be 1-0, but there's a lot of basketball left, and the competition's really going to pick up next week and then the next week.
A lot of basketball left here tonight, so second half will be on the way here in just a little bit. We'll also bring you that Westmore-Bartlesville game. If you're tuning into this one, you can keep it right here on AeroVision. We'll have that game coming up next. And then we'll also have it on krefsports.tv, so tune in there if you have to or if you want to. But we will bring that broadcast to you here after the conclusion of this one. 61-5 at halftime. Keep it here on AeroVision. Today begins the march for a state title for the Broken Arrow girls wrestling team. 12 girls will compete at the OKC Fairgrounds this weekend in hopes of capturing gold. The coaching staff has been preparing the team mentally for what's ahead.
We have several girls that have been here before, and so we've worked a whole lot on their confidence this year, and so instead of those, high pressure nerves, it's excitement.
Although they aren't on the mat with them, for BA, their teammates are always right by their side.
These girls are out there on the mat, right, wrestling their own match, but they know that their team is there behind them, and I think sometimes they'll call BA over the loudspeaker, we need to get BA up in the stands, because our girls just want to be down there and near their teammates. They're doing this together and for each other. And the energy that comes along with that is it's amazing to witness.
This year, the girls very likely carry a target on their backs. They go into the state tournament ranked the number 2 team in the nation in girls wrestling. The coaching staff, however, is trying to make sure that the team is focused on handling business this weekend.
No, I mean, it's awesome. Obviously, people outside looking in, and they're always looking at those stats and those rankings, and it's nice to enjoy, but I always tell our girls, that's on paper. It's harder to stay at the top than it is to get to the top. And so anytime you have the high ranking, right, any of those head-to-heads, they're looking to take you down, but we don't get caught up in that. If we show up this weekend and we're focused on our effort, our output, and our attitude, and we come at 100%, then I think we stand a really good chance. So they just got to go down there and focus on doing their job, not the outcome, but focus on doing their job, and I think it'll play out.
At the Broken Arrow Event Center with AeroVision, I'm Dylan Rivera.
Tiger Fieldhouse, I'm Madison Dildine, joined alongside head coach Shane Coffey. Coach, what are you looking for in the second half of play?
First of all, going into tonight, we've gone a week and a half without playing, so I wanted to make sure that we got our top kids a little bit of run, but they're done for the night. Our focus is on our younger kids and giving them playoff experience and opportunities to be able to learn, have some success, and also learn from their mistakes. So, because that's our future, and that's what we got to continue to do.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, we talked about it earlier, a look ahead into the future, and that's what we're going to get tonight for the rest of this ball game. And that's always exciting to kind of see through that lens and see, what could be.
Well, and I think it's a good measuring stick, yes, for us to see, but I think it's great for players to get that experience and look and be like, hey, I want to be here. This is something I need to work on. And so to look in the mirror a little bit and get a vision for where you want to be. As a player, you want players to be self-motivated, but to be able to earn that time to be on the court, it's just different. Once again, it's different than what you can do in practice, and you can simulate game situations in practice all the time. But being able to do it in a uniform on your home court in the regional tournament or maybe area tournament, that's just different.
Still got 5.5 minutes of halftime, so we will take a quick break and come back to bring you half number 2 here in just a few minutes on AeroVision.
Introducing QT Pay, the easiest way to transform every trip and every gallon into instant savings every time you pay. QT Pay. It just makes sense.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
Introducing QT Pay, the easiest way to transform every trip, every treat, and every gallon into instant savings every time you pay. All within the QT app. QT Pay. It just makes sense.
Racing towards the end of the month? Ask about our early pay options. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
There is nothing like teaching about the rewards in life, like catching that first big fish. Now they can learn about other rewards by opening up my first savings account just for them. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first. If you and your family have been waiting for the perfect time to jump into your dream home, it's here. We make buying a new home as easy as it is exciting with quick credit approvals and great rates. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Your side hustle keeps you moving. We'll help you get where you really want to go. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
We're back live on AeroVision. Second half just around the corner. 61-5 the score. The Lady Tigers in front of PC West in Game 1 of regional action here at Broken Arrow. Lady Tigers have earned that right to host. They were the number 1 seed in District 4. PC West was the number 8 seed in District 3. Following this game, we've got Bartlesville-Westmore. Those two, Westmore number 4 seed in District 3. Bartlesville the 5 seed in District 4. Should be a good head-to-head matchup coming up next. This one a little bit lopsided, but we kind of expected that coming in.
It's like I think lopsided is probably the most accurate description, right?
Yeah.
You know what you have to do coming in, and you've earned the right to play at home. You've earned the right to be the number 1 seed. You've earned those things throughout the year by just being consistent. We've talked about over and over. You mentioned all the win streaks, right? How long we've defended the home court, what's going on. And I want to say on the other side, it's kind of interesting because for seniors, they've got one more start on this home court. And it's awesome to finish your senior year out regional championship, on Saturday afternoon, being able to do that. But there's also something a little bit emotional about it. Like, they're going to have one more chance to run out on this court and defend it one more time as we go into next week in the area tournament. And it's neutral sites moving forward. So,
well, if you've just joined us, the scoreboard should tell you everything. 61-5. Broken Arrow's been dominating this entire game from start to halftime. I'm Dylan Rivera. We got Coach Tiff Jones on color commentary and Madison Dildine down on the floor. I think either way, a playoff atmosphere is always exciting. Even if it's a lopsided game, you're excited to get the win.
Yeah, because there's really nothing like that one. I mean, really, to be able to playoff basketball is just different. And once again, I think there's changes for not just the bracket this year, a little bit just from last year, but then and before then, when there were no districts years ago, it was just regional play. It was all set up different. And I want to say playoff atmosphere. Shout out to our student section here tonight. We got some students making some noise.
Well, they couldn't stop Kamaya Bullard from draining that three ball. It's 61-8. And a couple of threes tonight for PC West.
We answer in the paint coming back, but to have that atmosphere, and we know we've got another game to. Oh my word!
Kamaya Bullard.
It's raining threes on the other end of the court.
Oh my goodness! She came down with just a half smile, like, yeah, I do that sometimes. That was incredible. Back-to-back deep threes, and I know Coach Coffey's not going to be happy about that. He's going to want him to step up and get a hand up now. Ball's loose on the floor. Bullard's on it. Should be a kickball. They'll say it's against Broken Arrow, I think. Oh, no, they reverse it. Had the call wrong. Here you go, Bullard from downtown. McCrary started to step up. That was her second one. She had drained one just before that, too.
She's making that look easy, Dylan.
Matthew with a nice move and a nice finish inside. Soraya Matthew has 8 now. Ball stolen by Wigginton. That was just a rip away. Can't finish on the other end. Fight for the rebound. And a jump ball.
Great defense by Wigginton on the other end. Literally just scooping it out of the girl that goes hands. I'll tell you what, really Matthew's coming out in the third quarter and getting the ball in the paint. And that's good to see, because you talk about different aspects, being able to score from the three-point line, being able to score in transition, but also being able to score in the paint and have a little bit of presence inside.
McCrary rips it away from Gutierrez. Tigers on offense now. Ball fed to Shell in the corner. She's got it.
She's ready to answer the threes from PC West on the other end now. Nice to see her be able to knock one down.
She went 0 of 3 in that first half. Surely happy to see one drop. Rebound Matthew. Top with McCrary. Now Wigginton from the same spot. Can't get it. Rebound Atchison. Has the ball stripped away down low. And it's the Lady Patriots taking it over. Outside Bullard. This one's from way downtown. It's far off to the right. McCrary across the timeline. 68-11. Wigginton feeds to the corner. Shell again! Back-to-back trays for Scarlett Shell.
It's a great look by Kate to penetrate and make the zone collapse and be able to get the look in the on the baseline.
Gutierrez can't get the floater to go. McCrary, the outlet pass to Wigginton. Left-hand layup, too hard.
Good transition offense. We just didn't get the finish.
Kate Wigginton seems like she's been pretty frustrated with her shooting percentage tonight. And one thing you want to do if you're a coach or a player in this instance is probably have a conversation about keeping a cool head. Right now the stakes are low, and at the end of the day, if you're not making shots right now, that doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. Keep shooting, it's going to fall eventually.
Absolutely, and that's momentum is kind of a crazy. We talked about that earlier, but and a steal turnover right here. We've got
finish inside from number 15. It's Jakira Vaughn. Now, group substitution brought in some of the even younger players, and it's Hallie Smith, sophomore, number 20 inside. Jakira Vaughn, number 15, is a sophomore guard. Audrey Dow is out there. She is a sophomore forward. Where's number 3? And then number 24 is Kylie Johnson. Long shot from PC West is no good. Atchison with it. Little hesitation move, sidestep, and a foul.
I think for Kate right now, or any player, when they get frustrated, is sometimes the ball just doesn't go in the basket. Is really, they can score. It's don't make it bigger than what it really is. Okay, the ball didn't go in tonight. Let's don't make a big deal about it. The sun's going to come up tomorrow. You're advancing. You're going to play on, Saturday. You don't want anybody to be in a slump, but once again, let's don't make it bigger than what it really is.
I need to tell myself that on the game of golf. I get a little too frustrated out there. I got to make sure I keep an even keel.
You don't want to become a curmudgeon on the golf course or out here in the gym when you miss a few.
75-11. Another jumper from Bullard. And she is on the money here in half number 2.
Lady Tigers coming down, working on running some offense now.
Pass finds its way to Kylie Johnson. She had to fight for it, dishes it off. Long two-pointer, no good. Rebound Atchison, and the finish inside.
Tell you what, you cannot say that we're not playing hard right now, because they are playing hard, and every group that's come in has really, the intensity has been there.
Johnson, the outlet pass. Jakira Vaughn can't quite handle it. It'll go off of Gutierrez and stay with BA.
You see sometimes, Dylan, when you've got players in that don't always get a lot of playing time together or at the varsity level, just sometimes like those timing plays and some of the chemistry is going to be a little bit different, a little more challenging.
Three-pointer from Dow is way off. Rebound inside. Johnson can't buy it. Goes out of play, and it'll be with PC West. (77-13). Been a tough season for Putnam City West. Only win was a 35-31 win over Santa Fe South, 5A school, on January 25th. And have been searching ever since. Try to make a competitive ball game out of most of their times out there. It's been really a rough go of it. A lot of their games have not been very close. And, it's one of those situations where you're really just fighting to, keep these kids involved and keep them happy with what they're doing.
Well, I think about as we finish the third quarter at 77-13, but just the importance of athletics, extracurricular activities for student athletes, but having to have kids be engaged and be a part of something. Sometimes you're learning life lessons. It's way beyond the scoreboard, and this, for those ladies that are part of the Putnam City West program, this is going to be one of those opportunities in life where you learn something bigger than really what's on the scoreboard at the end of the season.
Scoreboard right now is a 64-point advantage, for Broken Arrow as the third quarter comes to a close. Quarter number 4, just around the corner. Keep it here on AirVision.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Around the clock, throughout eastern Oklahoma, we're devoted to improving the health of our communities, our home. We are your friends and neighbors.
We are the people of St. Francis.
77-13, fourth quarter just about to get underway. Coach Coffey just had a message to give to his Lady Tigers down there on the bench. Madison Dildine was listening in. Madison, what do you have to say?
He said, hey, listen, my biggest thing for this group right here is we have to play in a stance. He said, you're standing straight up and down. He said, we have to be better and have high hands and get some rebounds, guys.
All right, Madison, thank you. This is the younger group. They've got all the sophomores out there, and Jaylee Atchison is out there as well as a junior. Number 24, Kylie Johnson, is a freshman. They just moved her up, I think, this week to get her into this game. She makes a nice move and steps into a mid-range jumper. And you could tell the teammates wanted that one.
I was going to say, I think what's really cool is just the chemistry. And I think, Madison, I think you talked to one of our senior leaders about the importance of getting playing time in with the other players.
I did. Taryn said, hey, listen, I love to see the younger girls out there playing right now. She said it's awesome seeing them come up in the program and then seeing them display tonight what I get to see every day in practice. Guys.
Taryn Jacobs is one of those leaders that really sets an example both on the floor, off the floor, both in how she plays and then how she uses her voice. And in this scenario, being a leader and saying, you know, hey, we're just happy to see them get out there and get the chance to show what they do on a day-to-day basis.
And I think that's part of, yeah, you want great players. You want them to be student athletes, you know, be good students, but to be model citizens. And I used to always think as a parent, I wanted my kids to be good kids, but in the reality, I had someone challenge me and push back on that and say, hey, I want my kids to be good adults. And I thought, that's cool. I mean, I want my kids to grow up, and I know that's Coach Coffey. He wants, yes, good basketball players, but he wants good people that are, you know, what are we doing to make our community better? How do we represent Broken Arrow High School and Broken Arrow as a community? And so it's bigger than you're wearing the name on the front of your shirt, but what are you representing and how you represent your family and everything else. And so athletics is such an opportunity to learn so many life lessons. And what a great pass right there.
Atchison feeds it inside to Hallie Smith. She's able to get the bucket. I think the student section and the team wants to see Kylie Johnson get a bucket. She's had a few opportunities. She's yet to finish one.
Got a little reach in down there on the baseline, Dylan.
Foul goes against Jaylee Atchison. A substitution for PC West. We do have a running clock here in this second half. Tigers up by enough that I think both sides and the referees all come to an agreement that that's the best way to handle things.
Once again, it's kind of one of those things. Yeah, the clock's running. You still want people to play hard, but just doing things right. And this is an example of you can win with class, how you conduct yourselves. Those are all important lessons, and that's what our community expects also.
Now tries a three. It's a little short. Rebound Atchison. Johnson dribbles it out of the corner, gets it to Jakira Vaughn. Tigers staying patient. Atchison. Inside now. Nice pass over to Smith on the other block. And Hallie Smith gets another one.
It's a great look by Atchison to be able to have the zone collapse down and just look backside. The PC West zone did not rotate. Like you would expect teams to be able to rotate at that point. Kind of left that backside, left her hanging out like wet clothes on the clothesline there, all by herself.
Johnson, a nice move, feeds it outside to Vaughn. Vaughn gets inside.
Nice.
Scoop off the window, good for two.
It's a good finish.
Yeah, Lady Tigers up by quite a bit now here inside the field house. Broken Arrow baseball team also up by quite a bit. They're up 17-0 on Muskogee. That game in the top of the seventh right now. Also want to wish the best of luck to both the wrestling teams as they try to get a state championship this weekend down at the Big House. Girls wrestling and boys wrestling both down there. Took a total of 25 wrestlers down there. That's pretty impressive.
That's amazing. It's some people literally try to get 2 or 3 wrestlers in. They think that's a successful year. And in Broken Arrow, we have a little bit different measuring stick for success in our wrestling program. And so this time of year to me is the most exciting because we've got playoff basketball, we've got wrestling, state for the wrestlers, spring sports are kicking off. I mean, it's just we've got both seasons going kind of at the same time, which is busy for the athletic department and for all the people that are involved with that. But what an exciting time for athletics when you get to. It actually feels like spring outside right now as compared to maybe last week, right?
Yes, very much so. And I think it's really cool. I mean, I made the trip over from where my office is at the event center and coming over here to the field house and being able to see all of the spring sports out there practicing, getting warmed up for this season. I saw the tennis team was scrimmaging. I saw the softball team out there. I saw the track team was out there. And, I mean, it's just exciting to see spring sports starting to ramp up, but then also know that we're in playoff time when you get to the field house. We're in playoff time for those wrestling teams. And having that combination, it's exciting. It's something brand new, but something coming to a close.
Like if you're a basketball fan, I would argue, man, March Madness. I mean, the greatest sporting the weeks I love. I'm a March Madness junkie, and so even when I got out of coaching, being able to go sit and watch, for years, 5A and 6A state tournament was at ORU at the Mabee Center, but just to go watch teams and a gold ball can't be the measuring stick for everything as far as success and failure because only one team gets to lift it in the end. But that's what you want. You want to be able to be playing on the last Saturday and have a chance to win a gold ball. And so that's our goal, clearly, for both the girls and the boys teams.
Well, while we were in the midst of those discussions, Kylie Johnson got her first bucket of the night.
Oh, yeah.
And it was impressive. Got fouled, got the floater, missed the free throw, but Audrey Down got the offensive board, and she was fouled. And now she's at the free throw line shooting her second. 1 of 2 and another offensive board. It's Shell this time. She can't buy it. And on the third chance, she can.
There are some shout out to some parents who are in the stands tonight getting to watch their daughters play in a varsity basketball game in the regional tournament and be able to be on the court. And so that's a special night for those parents also who have contributed and sacrificed, in a lot of cases to be able to help their daughter be successful.
Johnson swings it over to Shell. Smith turns, fires. That was a low arcing shot. Rebound PC West. Bullard stopping, popping. Too strong.
Out of bounds to the Patriots.
So Broken Arrow will pick up a win here in the first round of regional action. They will play the winner of the next game. That's Westmore and Bartlesville here on the field house floor. And I want to issue a little bit of a clarification. We will not have that game on Arrowvision. We will only have that on krefsports.tv, so you'll have to go there to find it. But you go through their website and find the Westmore page, and we will have the broadcast from the Fieldhouse live on krefsports.tv. 88-18, a win for Broken Arrow, and a big one to get started on their chase for a championship.
This is step one tonight, right? We took a big step, and so we are set ourselves up to work during the season, got us in position to have what we have tonight, and get ready for Saturday afternoon, Dylan.
Always really exciting when you get to see some of those younger players step into the game as well. I was pretty impressed with Scarlett Shell and Soraya Matthew. I think they played really well. And, of course, Janae McCrary is one of those players that gets some playing time on a regular basis, but looked impressive tonight.
I think she contributed a lot offensively, defensively, and sharing the basketball. She's becoming the court general when she's on the court, and I think that's shows to her growth over the course of the season and get her ready for what's to come the next couple weeks.
I really think Soraya Matthew is another key piece to the puzzle.
Yeah.
I don't know how many rebounds she had, but it felt like a lot, and she was able to get a lot of easy buckets under the basket off of offensive boards, able to create possessions for the team, getting defensive boards, and having Soraya and Janaea going forward, plus all these other young players that got out there and impressed. It'll be an exciting time for Broken Arrow in the years to come. Madison Dildine is down with Coach Coffey on the floor. Let's go to Madison.
Coach, what are your thoughts on tonight's game?
We knew tonight was going to be what it is, and we really have been focusing on ourselves this week. That's been a big focus, and obviously getting ready for Saturday. The regional championship is huge to be on that winner's bracket side, so we just got to go get ready for that game now tomorrow.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Big win, all smiles for everybody all around, and the Tigers win 88-18 in Game 1. They will play the winner of Bartlesville and Westmore. Those two squads will take to the floor here in just a few minutes, and we will have that for you on KREFSports.tv. Me and Tiff will be on the call. Excited for that one. That one could be really interesting. Both teams come in with similar records. 13-9 record for Westmore, 13-11 record for Bartlesville. We think that one could be a close game.
Yeah, when you start looking at just matchups, 4 or 5 games, right, those can often be toss-ups. And so who's going to execute the best, who's going to handle travel? I mean, kind of crazy things. How did last week go with weather? Did somebody get to practice more? Was there rest? Was there illness? There's a lot of crazy variables from last week coming in, getting ready to regionals. But the 4 or 5 games are usually pretty fun to watch.
For context, BA beat Bartlesville twice this season. January 11th, they won 65-24, and again on Valentine's Day, 97-40. The last meeting with Westmore, though, was in 2023. Broken Arrow beat Westmore 69-56, but obviously things change over time, and that was a couple of seasons ago. So no matter who Broken Arrow gets, they'll be getting either a new taste or they'll be getting a third time out against Bartlesville.
Yeah, and once again, I think it still comes back to we got to do what we do. Let's execute for us, execute at a high level. It'll be different on Saturday than what it was for them tonight, and so just the level of competition. So we're getting ready. Once again, you've got to have, yes, who's the next opponent up, next game, but also we got a vision about where we want to be in a couple weeks, and this is a stepping stone to get there.
So we close things out here tonight. Coach, we normally have a player of the game at the end of the broadcast, so we'll close it out that same way here. I don't know if you've got anybody in mind, but I'll turn it over to you for a player of the game.
I think we look about all the contributions tonight, and I think that we need to go for our player of the game as Sarai Matthew tonight. What she contributed in the post, offensively, crashing the boards, unselfish play. I think she is the player of the game.
Exciting time for Broken Arrow as they move into Game 2 now of the regional bracket. That'll be on Saturday. It will be the early game. It'll be Saturday at 3:30 here at the Tiger Fieldhouse. And again, they will play the winner of Westmore and Bartlesville, and we will have that game for you here coming up shortly on KREFSports.tv. If you tuned into this one, we thank you for joining us tonight. For Madison Dildine, for our crew, and for Coach Tiff Jones, I've been Dylan Rivera, and we will see you next time.